Good afternoon, ma'am. My
Good
name is
afternoon.
Flourish Ajibodu for Ifla Africa 2013 Symposium.
Nice to
I
meet
would
you.
like to ask you some few questions, but before I go on, I would want you to introduce yourself to us.
I'm Roberto Orambo, student of Landscape Architecture Postgraduate Studies in University of Lagos. It's my first year.
Wow, I'm so delighted to meet you then.
You too.
Ma'am, I want you to tell us a little about landscape architecture from your experience and what you've learned so far.
Well, before I came to school, landscape architecture was about trees
Yeah.
and grass. But then I
Um,
went to school and they told me it was about a whole lot more. It was about everything in the environment, the people, the culture, the plants, the animals, and the people, the interaction between them. That
mm,
is, well, really like in a thimble,
yeah.
very tiny bit of what it's about, but I think it expanded my horizons and made me realize it was a whole lot more than just trees and shrubs.
Yeah. Ma'am, can you tell us what landscape architecture, how it affects economy, the economical growth of this country and global warming at large?
Oh my gosh, it's I can't do that topic justice, but I can tell you that you know you throw a pebble in a body of water, even if it's a bowl, even if it's, and the ripples spread a whole lot further than you could imagine. Now, landscape architecture could affect everything in ways you couldn't imagine because landscape architecture takes into consideration everything in the environment, everything. The people are the ones who make up the economy, the animals, the people live on the animals and vice versa, and that's still part of the economy. The people live on the trees, the plants, and everything around them, and that is all still part of the economy. You can't really take it out of the picture because landscape architecture helps us interact with our environment. Everything about our economy came from our environment. We wouldn't have we wouldn't have a trade by barter if I didn't have something to give to you. Everything I have to give to you, I probably got from the land. Everything you have to give to me, you probably got from the
From the
land.
land.
So without the land, seriously, there's none of us. And because there's the land, there's us, there's the economy. If you take the land out of the equation, really, we're all helpless.
It's nothing.
Landscape architecture helps us understand this land, treat her with the respect she deserves so that she can sustain us. Hence, the importance of landscape architecture. But that's really just tip of the iceberg. I mean, the more thought you give to it, the more you realize that you really can't take it out of the equation. It's coming into the equation is actually what's helping us understand a whole lot more so that we don't run out of resources, or even if we do run out of resources, we have better respect for what is left behind.
Yeah. Where
That's
do you see landscape architecture in Africa generally in the next 10 years, ma'am?
in Africa in the next 10 years. I can only be hopeful.
Yeah.
It's all hinges on all of us coming to understand that it is important.
Mm.
The if we can do our jobs well and get people to understand that it is important, I think within the next 10 years we can actually begin to see, for starters, our sources of energy. We could begin to see alternative measures. Alternative measures of creating energy, and if we could do that, that could take Africa to like the forefront of everything in the world. Because energy right now is our biggest problem, and I personally believe landscape architecture is one way to explore other sources of energy.
Mm.
That's my thinking.
Okay. Generally, what do you think about Ifla? How does
Ifla,
this program affect landscape architecture? How does it improve the
like
system
like
in Africa?
I just mentioned, if we're able to get people to understand how important it is, and this is like the first step, and it's a very big step in getting people to, in preparation for this program, I can't tell you how many people heard about landscape architecture for the first time,
Mm.
and that is like beginning. I mean, that's just the beginning of our homework, getting people to know, and this is like a very big part of that, getting people to know. The more people know their parts in their small parts in the very big equation, the more they're willing to play. You find out you don't have to do so much, and you know, okay, if it's just this little bit, I can do it. And if we can get people to know, we've really started our homework, and hopefully we can move from there.
Hmm. Ma, I'm so glad that I have you here with me in Abuja, Sheraton Hotel, and I'm really delighted that you could share your
Pleasure.
experience and everything with
My
us. Can I
pleasure.
just have a wonderful
But of course.
Thank you very much, ma. I
Thank
am
you
so
too.
delighted to have you here with us. Thank you very much.
Flourish.
It's
It's
wonderful
nice
having
meeting
you here.
you
Nice
too.
meeting you too.
You
Thank you,
too.
ma. Have a wonderful day and
You
enjoy
too.
the
You
program.
too. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.